Everyone, it's Beth. I just got finished doing a live stream 25-cent clothing haul. If you weren't present in the side chat, please go feel free to go back and watch it and see what I got. And now I'm going to be taking photographs of those items over on the Z-Rack. Please ignore everything in my office. It's a mess. And while I take photographs, I'm going to be talking about customer service in my eBay store and Poshmark Closet. So grab a cup of coffee or get something to do. It'll take about 30 minutes. I hope you'll join me and enjoy. Right. I've been doing my photographs in batches of 30 to 32. I used to do 20, but my clothing inventory sheets, I print them out. There's two on a page, and so I print out 15, which gives me 30. And that's been working out pretty well for me. And I list 15 a day, so that's like 2 days worth. So this right here is a New York and Company shirt, a dress. I thought I had already photographed it and I hadn't, and I went to list it and I had no photos. So there we go. Just got out of the pool and now I noticed that my pool guy's here. I was glad he came when I wasn't in the pool. So this is really cute. This is a stormtrooper flare skirt, and it's actually lined, and I looked it up on eBay and I think it sold for $29.99. So I'm hoping I get at least 25 or $29.99 for it. Would be nice. All right, so we need to talk about customer service. Good customer service. And I think that customer service starts um, before you list an item. It starts when you're thrifting. It starts with thrifting good quality items. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I've never done this before, so um, hopefully you can hear me. Whoops. Okay, I took a break there for a minute. I hope that the video wasn't running and running. I'm gonna have to block that out. Okay, so like I was saying, customer service for me starts when I'm in the thrift store. I'm looking for quality items and I'm looking for the same things over and over and over again, the same brands, the same styles, because I'm trying to build a customer base of repeat customers. And so far that's been working. People are coming back to my store and getting the same brands and styles over and over again. I'm also looking for the sizes that my customers are looking for. Customer service also starts with me in the fact that I don't pick up things with major flaws. Um, I don't want to list them. I don't want my customers to get things with major flaws, maybe a small flaw here and there. All right, then when I get the item home, I like to have clean items, clean smelling items. I have been using Downy fabric refresher. It's like $5 or $6 a bottle, and it runs out too fast. So I did go to the Dollar Tree, which is $1.25, and I got their brand for $1.25. I'm going to start trying that. And I spray down all my clothes now. Even if they're clean, I spray them anyway. And I'm using like a linen scent. And then after I spray them, they sit for a day or so anyway. So any scent should be gone. I don't use the lavender that some people use. But yeah, clean smelling items. You know, I have had a comment in the past that my item smelled like a Downy dryer sheet, but that was before I started using the fabric refresher. So I don't know. I need to find my color wheel. Hold on. Sorry for the close up there, guys. My color wheel is another thing that for me is great customer service, because when I lay it on the clothing, they can see how bright or how faded the colors are, how pastel they are, and they can see the shade. If I can't find the right shade, I sometimes use a crayon in the photo, but I don't have my crayons because my granddaughter took them with her home. So I may need to get another box of 64 crayons. All right, what can we talk about next? All right, the way I photograph my items, and you're seeing here, I am I've always been told you don't need to take very many photos, but I like to take as many photos as possible, even though it is time consuming. When I take a top photo, I take the whole top, then the top of the top, and then the bottom of the top, flip it over, do the back of the top, and then on dresses, I do the top of the back and the top and the bottom of the back as well. I think the more photos I have, the better, because they can zoom in and see the patterns better. They can see the bling. And also, I do that because um, if one or two of my photos are blurry, then I can get rid of them and then I still have lots of photos. So I usually take about 8 photos, and then if 2 of them are blurry, then that leaves me with 6, which is plenty of photos for a person. So good photos are very important. I know there are people who have great sales with crummy photos, but I don't want to be one of those. I like my photos to be uniform, which is why I'm not hanging up my tops on hangers. I know it would be quicker. Like this one, I'm having trouble getting on the mannequin, but I like my store to look uniform. So all the tops are on mannequins unless they just don't look right on them, which this one may have been one I should have put on the hanger. It's very, this is probably a Jessica Lopez here. Plus, I'm nervous. I'm not used to doing this taping it. I'm used to doing this live or just by myself. So top of the top, bottom of the top, and then it's the back of the top. Now, if there's something special up here on the back, I'll do the top of the top and the back. All right. Then when I'm listing, I've been listening to my customers, and my customers were asking questions like they wanted hip measurements on pants and jeans. And so um, I started putting hip measurements because I got tired of answering that question. And then I had people asking, is the fabric stretchy or not stretchy? And so I started putting that in the listing. Fabric is stretchy, fabric is not stretchy. On crinkle shirts, I'll put the fabric itself is not stretchy, but the crinkle makes the shirt stretch. So I'm being very specific about that. Now I'm starting to get people asking me if the item is slick or not. But not enough people have asked me that, so I have not included that in my description. My condition is written in 2 places. It's written in the condition box, some pilling or washwear, and then I just copy and paste it, and it's also in the description box. And it says, please see photos. It also says, to keep from having to open a return, please, check the measurements with an item of clothing that fits you well. And I do leave that out of my Poshmark because I don't want returns on Poshmark. They really have no returns, and I don't want to, give them that ammunition that they think they can return it. So isn't this a cute tie-dye top? Yeah. So anything that you can put in your template, I use templates because I don't want to have to keep typing the same thing over and over and over again. If you create templates, all of these things, stretchy, not stretchy, what it's made of, all that will already be in there, and you don't have to type it every time. And that's what I do to save time for me, but they still get the same information. All right. The next thing I want to talk about with customer service is response time. Someone opens a return. I was told to wait a couple of days before sending them a label. I think you have 3 or 4 days to send them a label. And if you waited 3 or 4 days, maybe they would forget about it and they wouldn't send it back. Well, that really hasn't been my experience. My experience with my store is if they want to send it back, they're going to, they want a label. And so I try to send my label as soon as I open up that message that says they want to return it. I don't wait 2 or 3 days. If I was a customer and I wanted to return something and eBay said the buyer would be sending me a label shortly, I wouldn't want to wait 2 or 3 days to get a label. That to me would put me off of that seller. So I want quick response time. Same with messages. I do get good feedback on eBay from people that say great communication. And by that, what they mean is I don't ignore them for long periods of time before I respond. Okay, this is a really funky top, so we may not photograph this right now. I put it on wrong. It's got some layers. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I just have to watch me. I hope y'all are working while you're watching or taking a break. It's a really cute top, but it was difficult to get on the mannequin, especially when I'm nervous. So quick response time to me is very important as a buyer as well as a seller. And, the only time I really don't answer messages right away is if I'm at the office working or I'm out thrifting or I'm asleep. And other than that, if I see a message come in, even though I don't like that bring sound, it stresses me out. Sometimes it's just somebody saying, thanks for taking my offer. Or, I really like this top. I'm going to leave you good feedback. So try not to get nervous when you hear that bring. This is what I don't like is looking for material tags. It takes me forever sometimes to find material tags. Okay. So what else was I saying? Now I'm lost my train of thought. I knew this was going to happen. Okay. So I give 60-day free returns on all clothing and 30-day free returns on some parts, not all of them, the heavy ones. And I'm getting ready to take free returns off my parts because I'm closing out my appliance part of my store. So I won't be paying to get those back because they're just going to go straight into recycle probably. And I don't want to pay for them back. So, but yeah, 60-day free returns gives me a lot of ease of mind because person cannot complain in the feedback about an item if they don't want to return it because I offer to take everything back no matter what. Even if they just don't like it, I'll take it back. I will resell it. That money that I spend sending things back to myself, it doesn't matter. It's very little. I come from having a storefront where I had so many utilities and employees to pay, so much out of pocket, advertising costs. This is nothing compared to that, the amount that I spend on sending something back to myself. And 9 times out of 10, it resells. Very rarely does it go into my 55% off category. I have very few things. Most of the things that are in my 55% off category ready to donate are appliance parts right now, just because I'm trying to get rid of them. I did pull about 20 items that have been listed about 2 years, and they were ready to donate if I thought they should have sold. I put them back in. I'm going to re-photograph them, relist them, start completely fresh. And I think there were about 3 or 4 that I decided I didn't want to bother with because I bought them when I was an eBay baby, never should have bought them, or they were in a wholesale box, or they were donated to me and I just listed them thinking, I'll try it, see if it'll sell. So, like I had an Edisto Beach, I don't know what state that's in. It was a men's polo shirt. Like, how many people are looking for a polo shirt that says Edisto Beach on it? Nobody. Like, right? And so I went ahead and donated it. But it was in one of my ThredUp men's boxes. So I don't button buttons all the way up in the photo because I want them to see what it looks like with the top button unbuttoned. Plus, it's easier for me to get the item off and on. This is what I call more of a shacket. I believe it might be an Alfred Gunner. Really pretty. Okay, I reply to every single message, no matter how dumb it is. And sometimes I'll just say, okay, thanks. I'll just play stupid. If they continue to send me messages, though, then I start ignoring the messages. But for the first one or two, I try to reply. I think it's only, good customer service to at least let them know that you saw their message, saw that they're unhappy. Some of people are very lonely and they will go on and on and on about their neighbor or their daughter or whatever. They're lonely, they just want somebody to talk to. I don't mind replying to those messages once, but when it goes on and on, I just let it be. I just say, okay, thank you. And they usually they stop after a while. I mean, good customer service is so important. I feel like my packaging on my items is very good. I promote myself with, since my store is called 10 of Hearts, my first class packages are poly mailers that have hearts on them, and I feel like I want to embed in their brain 10 of Hearts. They also get a playing card, and that's their thank you note with their name. I like to be personal with my customers or clients, whatever you want to call them. I say thanks and then their name. And I put exclamation point and then my name. I fill those out when I'm watching TV. This actually might be a dress, it's pretty long. I fill those out when I'm watching TV, all except for their name. People like being called by name. If you have a YouTube channel and you have a live stream, people like to be acknowledged when they come into the room, and they like you to say their name. It's just polite to call someone by name. And that's what I do with my customers as well. Just they know my name because I signed it. So I try to make it where they don't know that it's just me here. When I reply, I say, we will look into this for you. We will ship this tomorrow, but I'm a representative of the company. I don't say we are out today. I am out today sourcing. I'll say we are out today sourcing for more inventory. We will get back to you. I like them to know that I am out looking for more items for them. So I had a lady the other day message me and I just said she needed a she needed a combined shipping invoice, and I said, we are out purchasing more inventory for the store. And so that puts in her head, she's like, oh, they're going to get more in, right? So it's basically having a conversation with somebody, and um you don't have to share anything personal, but you do need, gosh, in the age of all this automation and crap. I mean, you know how you get these telephone trees when you call, you get somebody that you can't understand or they can't understand you. Um, it's nice to have somebody who is a real person. They realize they're dealing with an actual person who cares about them and wants them to have a good experience. And if I don't understand something they say, the way they say it, especially if their English is their second language, um, I just write them back and say, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you reword this? Can you explain to me more what you're talking about? All right, this is a great color here. It's like a green, blue, it's like a mint. This was great for the color wheel because that color right there on the bottom is it. So that color wheel is going to really help in that photograph. Okay. Of all my t-shirts now, I hang up so that they're completely flat so you can see the graphic on the front. I got that from Sharon, Red's Outpost. Thank you, Sharon, for that suggestion. Everything else pretty much goes on the mannequin unless it's a dress or a skirt. Or I think it just won't. If it's a really huge blouse, like a 30W, that's just going to hang off the mannequin, I usually hang it on a hanger. to make it look better. So, because I know a lot of people don't like mannequins because they do take a little bit more time. I can get these off and on here pretty quickly though. But I like to, especially with women's clothes, I like for it to look the way it would look, with your bust. And you put that on a hanger, and it's not really easy to tell how it's going to fill out with boobs. So that's why I still haven't gotten rid of my mannequin. I know it would probably go faster. It goes a lot faster when I'm not talking and I'm not trying to think about what I'm going to talk about. I would like for you guys to put in the comments below some things that you think are good customer service, bad customer service. We all know drop shipping is not really good customer service. I mean, it's good if it works and your person gets what they asked for in a timely manner. But when you are relying on another third party to get that item out quickly and to the right place and in good condition, you are taking a chance. And you can't blame it on the drop shipping because, I mean, you can blame it on the drop shipping. I mean, it is their fault, but you're the one that decided to drop ship, And so I've only drop shipped when I first started doing appliance parts. I lost some parts or sold them. I think I was selling them on Mercari and I forgot to take them off of eBay or something. Somebody ordered a grind and brew bean hopper, and I was out of them, and I was scared to cancel the order because I was scared I was going to get a ding on my account. And so I ordered it from somebody else. I paid basically what I was selling it for, and I may have lost a couple of bucks, and I drop shipped it to them. But again, it was good customer service because I told them, I was honest with them, and I said, I am out of this. I don't know how I'm out of this, and I am going to buy one for you and have it sent to you because I feel so badly. And I remember that sale, and the customer was very appreciative. I like to take pictures of the sleeves like that because I like people to see what the sleeve looks like. Some of these tops have the most amazing sleeves, and also the condition of the sleeves. So I try to take that shot if the item is not slick, where it will stick up there that way. All right, so let me get my thoughts together here for just a second. Okay, so as some of you know, I've had some item not as described cases returned to me recently. And that's the other thing. When you're messaging buyers, if you start to get upset, you're supposed to take the personal out of it. But let's say you don't take the personal out of it. If you run a reply in a really snarky manner, eBay can see that, right? They can see that you're replying in a snarky manner, and that's not good business. That's not good customer service. So when I've had customers get me upset, I've had eBay call me. I never call them. They call me in about a minute. I tell them to look at the message that I got. And they will look at it, and I will even tell the eBay rep, look, this comment really got my goat. It really upset me, and it was all I could do not to reply in a rude manner. And every time I say that, the eBay rep says, yeah, I get it. This person was very rude to you. And they always understand. So remember that eBay can see everything that you write. So that, again, is a good time to call a friend. And if you don't have a friend that you can call to vent, I am offering to be that friend. If you are a regular on my channel, know your name. I am welcome. You are welcome to message me on Facebook, and we can video chat, and you can vent all you want. I may not be able to do it right away, but I will get back with you. Vent all you want, and then just let it go. eBay is one of the most stressful platforms there is. And I'm thinking, you may be thinking, then why the heck do you sell on it, Beth? Because it gets the most traffic. I make the most money. Um, if Summer is watching this later, Summer was having trouble getting on her Seller Hub by clicking my eBay or going to her homepage. My homepage on my Google is ebay.com and it goes to my Seller Hub. All of a sudden the other day, it stopped working for Summer and it stopped working for me. And I had to go drop down to selling from my eBay to get to it. I even had eBay call me and they said, oh, we changed that. You can't get there that way anymore. And I'm like, okay. I wanted to say, wish I had known, you know. Well, as of yesterday, I am now able to get to my Seller Hub the way I always have. And Summer, if you're watching this, I hope you'll comment below and let me know, is yours back the way it was? Because eBay's rep told me they changed it. Well, if they changed it, they changed it back. Maybe they had too many complaints. I don't know. When I talk to a lot of my friends, they're like, oh yeah, we don't go that way to get to our Seller Hub. I'm like, well, I always have. I felt like an idiot when I called eBay. And she's like, oh, we changed that. I'm like, well, it wasn't changed yesterday when it was working yesterday. I said, when did you change it? She said, quite a while back. I'm not really sure the date. I'm like, well, it was working for me yesterday. She's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Just go down and hit selling. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's working just fine now. So the glitches, um, I would say the glitches on eBay are probably my biggest. I know we're off customer service now, but I think I said everything I wanted to say. I didn't even have any notes or anything. Still looking for my material tag. This is what really slows me down. Sometimes I end up taking the material tag photo after while I'm listing, and that's kind of a drag. Um, so anyway, between the glitches, it's not that I like the glitches, but if there's a glitch, I just want something across the screen saying we are having technical difficulty with, this feature. We're working on it. That would just be nice to know. Or every day, just a little newsletter or something saying we're having difficulty with such and such right now. We are aware of it. I mean, aren't they tired of getting the same calls over and over again? That's all I want to know. I just want to know that they're working on it. Mm. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I pulled up my active listings and it said I didn't have any active listings. And I'm like, I have 3,000 active listings. What are you talking about? It would have just been nice to know that they were working on it. Um, I lost my train of thought. This is hard to do. I want to try to do this more often, but it's hard to do. It's hard to talk, think, and photograph and make sure I'm not making a mistake. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. There was another one that happened the other day. Oh, it tells me when I end my promoted listings every day and around 3 o'clock and I let them time out for like 45 minutes, let them clear out. And then I start them up again. And recently, not every day, like I said, it's not every day. 45 minutes to an hour later, when I go back to turn my promoted listings on, it says that I don't have any items that can be promoted. It says 0. Well, I've got 3,000 of them. I go over and it says they were ended. And this has happened to me several times, and I've waited 3 or 4 hours for that thing to clear out. So it's really good to clear things out, guys, because obviously there's issues. So yeah, so eBay can be very stressful to me and probably to you. So what I want to say is try to take the stress out of it. do your best. Apologize a lot. I let the customer know this, hey, this is an eBay glitch. And it's frustrating to me too. I really want to make this sale. I really wanted to make this sale, but it's not working, you know. And I did block a buyer yesterday because the pair of pants were only $13.99. She offered me $8. I offered her $9.99 because that's like the lowest I'll usually go. And she accepted the $9.99. And then a little while later, she said, my coupon won't work. And I said, well, eBay does not redeem coupons on offers. The coupon is for buy it now price only. But at $13.99, if you had used your 20% off coupon, you would have paid $11.19. And you took an offer of $9.99. So you got a better deal. And she replied, please cancel the order. So I could have replied to her snarkily, even though you're getting a lower price, you want to use that 20% coupon, don't you? Because you want to get this for $8, which you knew I turned down before, right? You're just bound and determined you're going to get this pair of jeans for $8. But I didn't. What I did was I blocked her. And I don't block people very often. But as my friend Sharon, Red's Outpost says, we're not a good fit. If you're going to try to pull that stuff in my store, then you're going to try to do it again. And I don't appreciate it. You accepted the offer of $9.99 plus shipping. That's what you agreed to pay for. And you obviously don't understand the platform if you think you can use this coupon. You thought you were going to be sly and trick me or trick eBay. And I don't need people like that coming to my store. Now, I kind of have a feeling she might be a repeat buyer just by her eBay handle. Hoping not, but yeah, hope not. But yeah, I just don't need the stress. So do things that take the stress off of you. If you think a buyer is somebody you don't want to deal with again, just take that stress off of you. There's nothing wrong with blocking buyers. People will tell you all the time, I don't block buyers. Why would I block buyers? Well, if you're like me and you have anxiety and you have a full-time job outside of reselling and you only have a limited amount of time to deal with issues, then weed all these people out. Even if they would have come back and shopped in your store again and bought something and gave you positive feedback and all that stuff, yeah, you might lose a future sale. But if you're like me and you have anxiety over things, just do all kinds of things that you can to protect yourself from anxiety. That was a crummy photo. I don't know. I'm going to leave it in there and see what it looks like. The inside of that shirt looks dirty, but it's not. It's the pattern, but it makes the inside of the shirt look dirty. May not leave that in there. This is a beautiful top. It's a gold metallic top with a cow neck. Isn't that lovely? I wish I could do a clothing haul on every haul that I do. I wish you could see some of the most amazing clothes that I get. I mean, they're mall brands with a couple of jewels mixed in, but it's going to make somebody very happy. Wear to a party. It's going to make them look so good. It's a Worthington 3X though. It's a real shiny gold metallic. Be great for a party. So but one way you can see my hauls piecemeal is to go to my Facebook page for my storefront for my eBay store, which is number 10 of hearts. And every day I try, there's every couple of days I forget, but I load whatever I listed that day in there. so that my customers can see new stuff that's coming in. And then you can see what I priced it at, also, which you can't see in my clothing hauls because I very rarely, when I do clothing hauls, I might mention what I might try listing it for, but I haven't done comps when I've done my clothing haul. So you can see what I listed it for, and you don't have to actually go to my eBay store to do it. So, and I am by no means telling you guys that I'm doing everything right, because I'm not. But I'm doing what's best for me right now. If I was retired from my job, I would probably do things a lot differently. But for right now, this is what worked for me. I may not be able to work here much longer. I think my wife's getting ready to come home and watch the ball game, and I have to kind of shout so that you can hear me when my face is facing the wall. And I don't want her to. I'm very nervous when I record things when she's home. I usually have to go in the bedroom. And so I'm taking my car in Monday. My brand new car. I'm having problems with it. 2022 Ford Bronco Sport. If you've been following the story, I'm taking it in for service at the dealership where I purchased it from. And if they don't fix the sound that I'm hearing, I may have to take some legal action. And I really don't want to do that. But I can't live with this sound. I can't live with it. I was on the phone with Sharon one day and she could hear it. If you can hear it, oh, that's not a good shot. If you can hear it and you're talking to me on the phone, then it's loud. And it's not normal. Not for a brand new car that had 9 miles on it when I bought it. But hearing the noise since the day I bought it. And the one dealership basically told me I was crazy, that the noise was perfectly normal. No. So I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this, but I did want to remind you guys that Maggie Doodle and I did a show called Tag Talk last Tuesday. It was July 5th. If you haven't watched that show and you like to sell mall brand clothing, please consider going and watching it. We shared probably 50 or 60 tags that we see on a regular basis. She's on the East Coast, I'm in Houston. And we talked about whether or not we would buy it, we should have bought it or not. And the side chat guests were amazing. They told us if they would buy it or not, if they sell it or not. And then we are going to do another tag talk coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to try to do them like every 3 weeks. One of them is going to be on brands that we'd either never heard of or we thought might not sell that well, but we went ahead and picked it up, and then it ended up selling quickly or for good money. Then we're going to do another tag talk show on our favorite sellers, and we'll show you those tags, and her sellers are different from mine, so that's interesting. And if you watch the show after a fact, please put comments in the comments and I will read them. I'm having a little bit of trouble replying to my YouTube comments right now. I don't really know what's going on. I can like it, but I can't comment. So please don't be offended if I don't respond to you. Man, that's almost like a dress. That is a dress. Oh well, that's okay. This is the one that I wore on my live stream a couple of weeks ago. It's a Daisy Fuentes, and I wore it as a tunic, but it's actually a dress, and it's cute, and it's very soft. As Lisa C. reminded me that Daisy Fuentes clothes are very, very soft, and they are. I only have a couple left. This one is by Trina Turk. It's a racerback tank, and I don't remember how much I put on it. So I've got about 95 drafts, but a lot of them don't have photos. So what I'm doing today is taking photos, and I'm very curious if this will go on this. Yeah, it does. Okay, it's cute, but boy, is it lightweight. It feels really cheaply made, but it's Trina Turk, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like the way it's hanging on the mannequin. There we go. The top of my mannequin is dirty. It's always dirty. I wash this probably once a month, but my hands, when I turn it around, the oil from my hands makes it dirty. So I have to make sure that I don't get the top of my mannequin in any of the photos. And then when it just gets so black, I can't hardly stand it. I take it off and I wash it. And I think I actually have an extra one that I can use when that one's in the wash, but it's a pain in the butt to get those off and on. So I just try to deal with it and just don't put it in the shot. So far, I've never gotten it in the shot. But this is dry clean only. It's 100% silk. That's why it's so thin. So 100% silk tank top. I was picking up tank tops. I hate shopping for tank tops because they usually just have cheap brands, and they're in like extra small, medium. And so what I do is I go down and I look for tank tops that are really long, and usually that means they're plus size. I don't like, I mean, my thrift store right now probably has 5 rows of sleeveless shirts, and I can't stand them. And I know that there's probably lots of Catherine's and Lane Bryant in there, but I don't want to weed through all the size extra small Forever 21s and, you know, stuff like that just to find a couple when I could be over on the dress aisle killing it. I went down the dress aisle the other day. One dress aisle, I got 30 dresses in like 30 minutes. That's money in my pocket. And then I went to the other dress aisle and I only got 15, so that was 45. And I try to get to 90 every week. I got my little counter going, I've been clicking my counter. And once I got to 45, it was like, oh, am I ever going to get the rest to get to 90? Like it just felt like it was forever. And I was starting to feel pressure like, oh, I need to pick this up because I need to get to my 90. And I'm like, nope, I'm not picking up junk just so I can get to my 90. I have to have at least 90. So I'm not going to have a car this week because they don't have rental cars, even though it's in my warranty. So I can't go thrifting this week. So had to get as much inventory as I could so I don't have to go thrifting. I don't drive my wife's car. She drives a sports car. It's like driving a barge, and I don't feel comfortable driving it, and she wouldn't let me drive it in that area anyway. It's a really bad part of town. So, all right, that was about 32 items photographed. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna sneak down here and say goodbye. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Paddle on. We're all in this business boat together. Bye.